Alright guys, so I've got to change the windshield washer pump on my truck. This is a 2016 GM Sierra 5.3 liter, and so we've got to get access to the pump, which is at the bottom of the reservoir right here. Looks like we're going to have to take the battery tray out. About 7 or 8 10mm bolts for that. We're going to have to remove some of these T15 Torx, probably about half of them, about to right here, so that we can move the fender liner out of the way. And if you turn your wheels to the left all the way, that exposes the majority of the area that you're going to need to be able to move that out of the way. So let me go ahead and get set up here. Okay, so once you get all these out, there's one more right here that you're going to have to wrench off. Oh, that one wasn't even tight. And that bottle is just holding it in right here. There we go. And now once we get the bottom bolts loose, I'm going to take this, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to take this bolt right here out last, so that way that'll hang there. So let me get set up down below. Okay, so I'm just going to zip out both these lower ones. There's one right here. One right here. I guess these for this trim also hold it in. Got a 7mm right here. Let me get a socket. Now the way this piece of trim comes off is once you take the screws out, you've just got these little push pins. And then at that point, you should be able to get to, I'm not going to take this all the way off, I'm just going to take it off about right there. And we should be able to get this fender liner out of the way enough to where we can do what we need to do. And these liners are pretty flexible, so you can fold them. And now what that's done is kind of exposed everything that I need to get to. Gonna have to get a ratchet on that one. I guess there is something hooked to that. Oh yeah, I'm full of water too, so I'm gonna have to well, no, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go up top, take that one bolt out, and see if we can fish this thing out of here. Okay, here's one connector right here. Let me get my little pry tool. One of those little red safety tabs that they put on everything nowadays. Okay, got that connector loose. There is one other connector. I don't know if I'll be able to. Now at this point, you could actually, if you don't have a lot of water in your reservoir, or you want to drain it and suck it out so you don't get wet, you could actually change this pump right here. That gives you plenty of access to reach up there. All you got to do is disconnect that water line and then pop that pump out of there, and you can put the new one in and hook the water line back up and everything would be good. The reason I'm not going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and take this completely out, is because mine's full of water. And if I pull that pump out, it's going to start draining all on me, and I don't want that. So I'm going to get this connector off right here, and then I'll pull this line off, and water will probably start draining out of that. It may not, since it's having to go through the pump first. We might not get a whole lot of that. Then I'm going to pull the whole bottle on out of there. But you could actually go ahead and finish putting it in right here if you didn't want to go any farther taking it out. But we're taking it out. So I'm going to disconnect this connector, disconnect this water line, and then this thing will pull right on down out of here. Okay, got that connector. Yep, that water's running out. I figured it probably would. Alright, to change this out, it's pretty simple. You just pop it out of here, out of its little spot, pull it out. Now, I went ahead and bought an OEM pump, and this is what you get with it. Just a pump. No rubber grommet. The Chinese knockoffs come with a new grommet. Now, hopefully this grommet's going to be just fine. I mean, it wasn't leaking before. Hopefully it's not going to leak now. I'll put a link to this pump and a Chinese knockoff, which is half the price, and it comes with a grommet. And you can make your own decision whether you want to go with the OEM. Now this pump, if this is the factory pump, this has got about 110,000 miles on it. I guess that's, you know, I guess you can't complain about that. Well, you can. They could have made one that would have lasted the life of the truck. But anyway, at least their new one should have a new grommet, in my opinion. Throw a 25-cent grommet in there so that we can change the grommet out and make sure that it's not going to leak. But whatever. Anyway, probably not going to show the going back together, because if you watched coming apart, then you know how to put it back together. I'm going to put the line on right here. The one thing you might not have seen, I've reached up, that line snaps into this little recess right here, and it just holds that water line that goes down to the pump. So reach up, unsnap it, and then this whole thing will drop down out of there once you get both these connectors off. And I used a little screwdriver to stick up underneath the tab, and I just pried a little bit, and that disconnector popped right off. This connector popped right off real easy also. It'd be nice if the connectors they used was all the same style, but every single connector apparently needs to be different. Anyway, I'm going to go back together with this, and we'll see if it works. Okay guys, literally 15 minutes later, she's all back together. Everything went back together perfect. It's all wet because I just filled this up. Battery tray's all back in. Bottle. So let's get in and let's hope for the best. Go ahead and straighten the wheels back up. And we got washers again. I miss those. You don't realize how much you miss them until your windshield's dirty and all you're wanting is a little bit of water sprayed up there so that you can get a little bit more clean vision, but yet your pump doesn't work. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of this. Washer pump. This is a 2016 Silverado, or GMC Sierra, same thing as a Silverado, Tahoe. Many different years and makes that this is going to apply to. Anyway, you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.